As my preview of Night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom, obviously in uncharted territory here, talking about the second night of a Wrestle Kingdom show, but it's honestly, it's going to be a pretty good show. It's going to be, it has a chance to be better than the first night. It's going to be tough, though. It's weird, because Night 1 had a lot of filler, those 8-man tags, but really, this is a more complete kind of show. Not a lot of 8-man tags, not a lot of 6-man tags, a lot of singles matches. I think that usually goes over well with the audience and the crowd reception and whatnot. There's only one pre-show match too, the first and only pre-show match for Night 2. It's a gauntlet match for the Never Openweight 6-man belts, as the champions of the Most Violent Players, Togi Makabe, Toriyano, Raisuke Taguchi, take on a Chaos 6-man team of Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshihashi, and Robbie Eagles, a LIJ team of Evil, Shingo, Takagi, and Bushi, a Suzuki Gun team of Taichi, El Desperado, Yoshinobu Kitamura, and then a Bullet Club team of Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens, and Yujiro Takahashi. Now, is it going to be the most, barn-burning of matches? No, absolutely not. It's gauntlet matches. They're usually pretty decent or okay, passable at best. But really, this is going to be talking about, with the Never Openweight 6-man tag team titles. They are the equivalent of what you get out of a Cyril Blacks as far as prestigiousness goes. Obviously, the worst titles in New Japan. Zero fucks given about them. So, as far as this goes, really doesn't matter who wins this goddamn match. Doesn't really matter. I would like to see the Chaos team or the LIJ team win. I would assume, though, I will say this as far as my prediction, the Most Violent Players will not retain these belts. If they do, I would be shocked. Absolutely shocked. But yeah, these belts, no one really cares. Let's quickly move on. As the retirement match, last ever Jushin Thunder Liger matchup, Jushin Thunder Liger, Naoki Sano, with Yoshiaki Fujiwara in their corner, taking on Hiromu Takahashi, the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and Ryu Lee. This is gonna be awesome, of course. I wonder who's going to beat Jushin Thunder Liger. Is gonna be the thing. Liger's gonna want to lose this retirement match. I'm gonna go with Hiromu Takahashi beating him, but then again, I don't think Liger wants to take any. That's the thing. Like with Hiromu and Ryu Lee, they're finishers, man. I don't know who's gonna who would want to take those finishers if you're a 55-year-old man. Like, there's no way I want to take the Dragon Driver, the fucking Orange Crush gimmick. Like, I don't want to do that at all. And then Hiromu, it's like, I don't want to take no Time Bomb. If I'm 54? No way, son. You hit somebody else with that thing. So I'm kind of curious what happens here, because obviously Liger's going to lose. But I don't think he's not going to take their finish, because that's going to be dangerous as fuck. But who knows? Maybe Liger's like, listen, brother. Listen to Hiromu Takahashi. He just had a war with Will Ospreay here. How about I beat you? So that way I get to say I beat the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion on the way out. That would be perfect. That'd be awesome. That would be if I was in charge of this whole card. But obviously, I am not. I'm sitting here talking to you fine people. And, Liger's gonna lose. Sadly. Sadly. But that's gonna be awesome, though. Tears will be a-flowing. That is for sure. Tears, not even gonna be happy tears. A lot of sad tears. They're going to be flowing for that one. The waterworks would be a go. As the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup of the Bullet Club team of Taiji Shimura and El Phantasmo versus Roppongi 3K of Sho and Yo. Yeah, it's weird, because Taiji Shimura and El Phantasmo, you would assume they would drop the belts to Roppongi 3K. It's kind of set up for future matches with Hiromu over the summer. So that would make sense there. I'm going to go with Roppongi 3K getting the win. But the match should be actually really well. You have Ishimori's very talented, Sho and Yo, pretty talented fellas, come across pretty well over the past 2 years. Seen they've improved. And then El Phantasmo, he gets a lot of heat. So that's going to be, the crowd's going to be very anti-El Phantasmo, so that's going to be a lot of fun. It should be a really good junior match. Usually, in past Wrestle Kingdoms, the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matches have usually been pretty good. So we should see if that continues to go here. As Zack Sabre Jr. versus Sonata, the Rev Pro British Heavyweight Championship title matchup. As these two obviously talk about great chemistry between these two. They've had fantastic matches in the past. This should be another fantastic match here for their style, what they do. Very looking forward to it. As far as who's going to win this damn thing, I'm going to go with Zack Sabre Jr. dropping the belt to Sonata just because he beat Bushi and made him tap. That's kind of my thought process. Usually, you would assume the British guys are going to retain his British Heavyweight Championship, but as you've seen in the past, he's dropped that belt plenty of times to Japanese talent and won it back mere months later. But that should be a fun match. I'm very looking forward to seeing that, as I always am, when those two go at it. As Jon Moxley versus Juice Robinson, again, two guys no strangers to each other for the IWGP US Championship. Obviously, Jon Moxley just had that war with Lance Archer a mere 24 hours before this match happens. As, you know, the end of the trilogy, you know, of Juice Robinson and Jon Moxley and Juice Robinson, hopefully, at least, for the time being. As I'm going to go with Jon Moxley getting the win here. Should be a fun match, though. They've had good chemistry. Obviously, I don't think nothing's going to surpass their first ever match in Jon's debut in the company. Just because it was so different, you know, it was to what you were expecting and kind of wanting to see, and just was so curious on how it was going. The ability to set a standard is so easy when there is the unexpectedness of it. When you're going into it with a blank canvas, you have no idea what's going to happen. To where now, you kind of have an idea what's going to happen between these two. There's probably going to be some weapons involved from Jon's side. Not sure what Juice, you know, if maybe he will counteract that with bringing the weapons first to him. You never know. But that's kind of would be the plan going into it between that. That should be a fun match, though. They've had, at least, you know, the last match, too, they just had at the G1 Climax. It was still a good match. It wasn't to that degree of the first one, but it's still a good match. So it should be a good match here. As the Never Openweight Championship title matchup here, as Kenta taking on Hiroki Goto. A match I'm very much looking forward to seeing. I love these two. These two have had some pretty solid interactions between the two now, and really Kenta has really came into his own since joining Bullet Club, rather, and he's done a hell of a job with that and his run as a Never Openweight Champion. Like, him and Ishii was fantastic. I think him and Goto is going to be fantastic. Goto, you know, Never Openweight Championship matches with Hiroki Goto at Wrestle Kingdom usually go very, very well. I think it's going to be the same with this one. This is going to be fucking awesome. I'm very looking forward to seeing that. I'm going to go with Hiroki Goto getting the win. I think, really, this New Japan show, obviously, night 1, all the titles changed, but Okada's. I think with night 2, it's going to kind of be the same, where either there's going to be a lot of retains this time, though, besides one, and I think that's going to be Kenta and Hiroki Goto. I think Hiroki Goto's going to beat him. That should be a really fun show, a really fun match, too. So that's going to be, I'm very looking forward to seeing that, as the losers of Night 1 take on each other on Night 2 here. Kota Ibushi versus Jay White, a rematch of the G1 Climax Finals of last year. If you want to go off of that and go, alright, Jay White gets his win back here, that's some solid, you know, strategy and kind of solid thought process. But I want the crowd to go home happy. If I'm Ghetto, I'm putting this thing together, I would want the crowd to go home happy. And the best way to have that go home happy would it be Kota Ibushi beating Jay White here. And especially the effort in the match he just went through. That was fucking crazy. That Kazuchika Okada Kota Ibushi match. That was awesome. And I would love to see him get rewarded for that incredible effort in beating Jay White. That'd be a lot of fun. Plus, too, pretty much whoever wins this match, you could say, is the ipso facto #1 contender for the new whatever happens with this double champion, whatever, you know, happens, whatever Naito decides or chooses to do. So really, you could go with, you know, you're going to want to do Naito Kota Ibushi first or Naito Jay White first. I would want to do Naito Kota Ibushi first, since we just saw Jay White Naito at Wrestle Kingdom, so it just kind of wouldn't make a whole lot of sense just to have him win. Yeah, have Jay White beat Ibushi, and then it's kind of like, well, where do you go from here? Because you don't want to just throw him right back at Naito. It'd kind of be like stuck in purgatory type of thing. That's just my thought process. Obviously, we'll see once the New Japan Cup rolls around who's going to face Naito, because they'll probably throw somebody at him at the New Beginning show. But, you know, still, you know, he's not going to lose at New Beginning. And we'll see, you know, really the first real true contender will be whoever wins the New Japan Cup. Be my thought process on it. Should be, you know, they've had a great match of the G1 Climax Finals. I think it's going to be a little different than this one here, especially after the war that Kota Ibushi just went through. It's going to be interesting to see how he goes into this one and goes into this match, and really after wrestling almost 40 minutes the night before. Going to be interesting. As on, the co-main event, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Chris Jericho. Tanahashi wins. He receives a AEW World Heavyweight title match. As, this match, I think a lot of Gaijin fans, a lot of foreign fans, at least fans here in the US, are probably very much excited for this match. Me personally, I could give a fuck about this match. This is, I think it's going to be a fun match. It's a fun little dream match, finally becoming a reality here with Chris Jericho and Hiroshi Tanahashi. This is probably the last Jericho match I want to see, at least from Jericho New Japan. I think this would be a great send-off against him and Tanahashi. As this is just something it being, the winner of this gets an AEW World Heavyweight title. Tanahashi's going to win. And the AEW World title match, sure, that's going to be great. I probably won't see it, just because, it's something, I don't really watch AEW, so it wouldn't be something I really wanted to see. But, this match, I'm just kind of very down on Jericho and New Japan after that Dominion match with Okada. I still get PTSD from that the goddamn main event match. Yeah, it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be a very different style than what a lot of Jericho's matches have been in New Japan. Where I think he'll be able to kind of work the same pace that Hiroshi Tanahashi does and can work a slowish style. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Can't wait to see how it plays out, though. As far as, is it going to be kind of like with Omega's matches where there's going to be a lot of weapons involved and whatnot? You think it's just going to be a straight-up match? I'm going to go with Tanahashi, though, winning. I think that's pretty much a foregone conclusion. I would be shocked if Jericho beats him. Shocked. As the main event, double champion is decided for the first time in New Japan. Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, versus Tetsuya Naito, the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Obviously, both these men just went through... Naito's matches with Jay White was a little bit less on the body than Kazuchika Okada's was against Kota Ibushi. But this match, I think it's going to be match of the night. And there's a lot of great matches on this card, too. The Kenta Goto match, the Zack Sabre Jr. Sonata match, the Liger match for sentimental reasons. A lot of great matches on this card, but I truly think with the Hiromu Ospreay match being the match of the night, I hope Okada and Naito gets the match of the night for this night here, just to kind of showcase what Okada did on the main event with him and Ibushi. That match was insane. Can't state it enough. To this match here with Kazuchika Okada and Tetsuya Naito, obviously the right choice is Tetsuya Naito beating him. If, hopefully, goddamn it, fingers crossed now, because I said it last time they wrestled at Wrestle Kingdom, it was just like, this is a foregone delusion. You'd have to be an idiot to think that Tetsuya Naito's not going to win, and they ends up fucking losing. Huge mistake. It was a huge mistake then, and I think it was, even now, looking at it now, a lot of people are like, oh, Naito's windows past of being, like, IWGP Heavyweight Champion and whatnot. Those people are fucking stupid. I'll just say that now. If you think that his time has passed to being that IWGP Heavyweight Champion, you're sorely mistaken. That crowd, especially last night at the, at Tokyo Dome last night for Wrestle Kingdom the first night, the crowd is still 1,000% behind him. They love him to death. He's still charismatic as fuck. People still, we just sold out pretty much night one. I mean, they had to open up an extra seating that hasn't been open in like 15 years. For the first night, and here they're gonna still have a big amount of people. It's not gonna be a sellout, but it's still gonna be like 40,000 people, close to at least. You have that. You're gonna have 80,000 people in the Tokyo Dome at 2 nights, and he's one of the biggest stars for New Japan. The people care about him, and as long as the people care about him, the people want to pay tickets to see the man wrestle, and they want to see his appearances. They want to see anything. They want to see Naito. To me, that's a foregone conclusion of him being the right choice of being an IWGP Heavyweight Champion, if the people want to pay to see you. That's got to be step number one, and he's got that for sure. Most charismatic guy on the roster, probably not even close. He's phenomenal on the mic, and a lot of people love him. His, the LIJ, as far as a whole, the brand, might be a little fading compared to years past. Obviously, I will say this, though, to the people that do think it was a bit too late. He was extremely white hot at Wrestle Kingdom 12. There's no doubt about it. That was the right choice then. They fucked up. But you can at least right the wrong, and you could say this is a long planned-out story of him overcoming all that, overcoming the loss to Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 8, overcoming the loss to Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 12. You get it here at Wrestle Kingdom 14. Big-ass arc onto all those things, and then finally being the first ever double champion of New Japan. It's quite the story. It's almost, I would say, perfect story, but it's still a great story nonetheless. Kazuchika Okada, Tetsuya Naito, I'm thinking match of the night, and Tetsuya Naito leaves the Tokyo Dome double champ. Exciting times. This should be a hell of a show, though. It's got the potential to be better than Night 1, as great as Night 1 was. I think it's got a lot of matches that could overcome what Night 1 was, as just, really 2 matches. Where Wrestle Kingdom Night 2 here could have the Zack Sabre Jr. Sonata match, even the Moxley Robinson match, the Kenta Goto match. Shockingly, maybe even the Tanahashi Jericho match, and of course the Okada Naito match. That's 5 big marquee matches happening, and 5 that could really be solid to great to fantastic to amazing, whatever you want to describe it as. So really, this night, I think, is going to be talked about maybe more than Night 1 was, but we shall see. As that will do it for my preview of Night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom, January 5th, Tokyo Dome show. First time ever January 5th Tokyo Dome show. Still weird to me to say it, but I will catch you guys for my review of said show. Take care.